What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Kell, Special K, Brooke. Kell Brooke breaks silence on his latest video exposure of him doing a certain substance, and this is what he had to say, quote, "I messed up," the 36-year-old said. "I hold my hands up and want to apologize to my family, gym, friends, and fans. And it's no secret that I struggle with mental health and I'm finding retirement hard." Those are the words of Kell Brooke, and let me counterpunch. As long as Kell Brooke is acknowledging that he's sorry, that he's wrong, and he's not in denial, he's in the best step. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, acceptance. He needs to accept that he does have a problem. Now, this is what gets me, though. I do wonder about mental health. Now, Kell Brooke has been in wars with Sean Porter and Errol Spence and Gennady Golovkin and, these top-notch super champions, these special fighters, so to speak, very elite fighters. I do think, and I'm convinced that they are enough to give you some type of head trauma that makes you suffer from mental health issues. But mental health issues is a wide variety of certain mental things, and it may or may not come from the damage that you took in the ring. That's what I look at. I think, based on how he responded to people, I think his mental health had everything to do with just depression. Okay. See, depression is a type of mental health. Being a kleptomaniac or a dyslexic or, something like that. Those are all conditions. Those are all examples of mental health issues. Okay. And I think he's dealing with letting go with the sport, and he's not finding enough things to do with his time that he feels is worth that dopamine hit or that high or that excitement level that he found in boxing. Okay, it had happened to Tyson Fury before. I don't think it's really mental health. I think, they just had problems dealing with things after the fact. And what was Tyson Fury's solution? Coming back to the ring, understanding that he is one of the best in the world and proving that he's one of the best in the world by continue fighting. Kell Brooke is still a young guy. He needs to find a way to cope with that or channel his energy, maybe being a trainer or maybe coming back to fighting like I recommended yesterday, maybe exhibitions or something like that. But I think what's important, he has to ask himself, why did he decide to quit the sport? Maybe he can't do it anymore. And if he can't do it anymore, who says he can't help someone else do it better than he did it? Counterpunch. But I just find it strange. He's like, hey, man, I messed up. But I'm like, okay, you're not talking about the substance abuse, because here's the thing. It's better to generalize something that you're dealing with instead of specify something that you're dealing with. See, he never apologized for the book of sugar that he was taking. He didn't do that. He didn't go that far. But what he did was, hey, man, it's my mental health. So since my mental health issues are affecting my judgment, that's why I'm doing these type things. See, I don't know. Maybe he just might have a drug problem, and that's another mental health issue. It's called addiction. When you become dependent on something due to whatever, right? Receptors in your brain telling you to do a certain thing, and then you can't help it because regardless of what you think you're going to do, you end up going back to that particular thing. See, that's what I want to know, if that's an issue or not. Just not because he's not fighting again. And how long has he been doing that? So there's a lot of things that you have to really question by seeing a guy on camera doing an illegal substance like that, a stimulant of that, a powerful addictive stimulant like that is. You ask him, okay, when did that start? Have you been doing it and you just kind of went under the radar? Were you like a Mike Tyson, did it in disguise and, had people drug testing for you? You know, there's a lot of things you do think about, but again, let's see how sincere he is. Let's see if he wants to get help, because if he can't stop doing what we saw him do, because again, it could be perception. He might have never done it in his life. And someone just caught him on camera and they thought that shit was funny by, exploiting it, to the media like they did, which was a dick move, right? But anyway, we'll see what happens with Kell Brooke. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.